What's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of 7DS Origin. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and going over the dev notes, seeing they just released, I want to say about 2 hours ago. I am waking up, getting my regimen done, so it is recording time now, and I'm not going to lie, with the small little snippets I saw, I am very excited to at least tell you guys as well. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. I don't want to waste too much of you guys' dang time as well. Hopefully you guys are already having a good start today. You should see on my screen the dev notes now here, in which we have the dev notes from PDCO or PDCO here, in which they're talking about the survey's grand launch. Pretty much after reviewing all of our different responses and stuff, they have a lot more things they're going to refine on. And one of the first things they wanted to actually begin with is, since they did say some things about the early access on March 16th here, they wanted to give us a special reward. Now, this special reward is going to be a selector for an SSR hero of our choice. This can be Elaine, King, Gila, Jericho, Manny, Drake, or Deanne. I'll be honest, you guys, if you do not have Jericho, go for Jericho. If you do not have Manny or Deanne, go for those two. Those are the best three choices out of there. I'll probably go over a video just talking about that later down the line, maybe later today. But yeah, we'll go over their kits and stuff like that later down the line. So that's always going to be cool. Select your kit, at least select your ticket. That's going to be awesome to see. We have key improvements happening on April 8th, which is going to be great. Path of exploration difficulty adjustments is going to be happening. If you guys don't know exactly what path of exploration is, it's where we do all those little missions here, and they give us different pools in at least exchange. Well, they're going to make sure that this is going to be a little bit easier with fishing, capturing, because they don't want to make this too difficult or make this too time consuming for a lot of players. So they're going to make that a little bit easier, of course, so nothing's going to be too crazy. Then following April 8th here, we're going to have an update which number of repetition missions such as cooking, crafting, capturing, fishing for the path of exploration will be adjusted. So that's always going to be great. We also got some new information here with the star fragments for new skins. And this is going to be every time we get a new skin, pretty much more of an incentive to getting more skins. You get 500 star fragments per skin, which is insanely good for anyone who's been building a lot of skins. I know I still have 2 more medallions to build skins for. And since I will be able to get Jericho for free, that's what I'm going to be working on today as well, because I do want to go ahead and just immediately have Jericho built up, have Jericho ready, and this will be insanely worth it to me. So I do think this is going to be very, very nice to actually see. This is going to be insanely good to have here. So I am excited to see how that does go. But other than that here, they do say, of course, most of these skins are going to be going through crafting, of course. So there's going to be additional rewards since it is of this purpose, which is always good. Then we're going to be adding the option to disable combat effects. This will go for any of your combat displays itself, except for what's it called? Except for, I think, dual or combination attack animations. Those will be always recognizable by everyone, but it does seem like all the other animations will be able to be turned down. Now, for the thing I was excited about, they're going to have an addition for a difficulty here. This is going to be for boss challenge and dungeons called Abyss. So a lot of different hell boss patterns are getting changed, but alongside of this, a new game mode, or at least a new mode difficulty, Abyss is going to be coming to all of the stages. Obviously, it's going to give us a higher level challenge. It's going to help us have more goodies as well, in which now we have to really focus on weakness building. Now, this is good for 2 reasons. This is great because it makes you have to build other teams, as well as it gives you a higher level difficulty, meaning farming this might be very much so worth it, depending on the rewards. Problem here is now, since you have to build more characters, the teams are going to get more elemental based. As you can see, they said that they want to make sure that it's more based on the break that's going to be happening, or it's more based on the burst that needs to be happening, elemental burst effects. So as many of you guys know, there's certain stages that need earth characters and such like that, yet we do not use them. We just kind of brute force it and we end up winning. So yeah, that's going to be kind of scary for some players, but it's meant to be in game. So I do say that's pretty darn awesome. This is going to be going to, of course, Capital of Dead. And then, of course, the Corrupted Warden as well. So that's going to be really, really cool to see that they're going to have a real use for Earth users. Now we are going to be getting SSR weapon limit breaks from clearing these as well. I think SSR limit breaks are just one of them, which is really going to be cool. And apparently the Abyss difficulty will be expanded upon as well. Then certain boss patterns, such as in Hell difficulty, the Capital of Dead, or Deep Spider Nest, will be adjusted. I'm hoping by adjusted inside of Spider Nest means that stupid spider would stop running around the whole arena. That'd be freaking great, just to get through a lot of things. So, attempting all of this here, we're going to have different pattern transitions getting actually adjusted, which is going to be great. HP recovery things here. Whenever entering a dungeon, we will, of course, get our HP restored, which is going to be great. Many people have not been able to go ahead and have this done. And we've usually been using potions or restoring at a goddess statue, in which now they're just going to make sure that we're going to be fully restored when we go into battle, which is freaking awesome. We won't have to prep for that. Improvement on gathering materials here. So obviously daily acquisition is going to be at least upped here for materials in the field. So meaning like flower petals, gold ore, tree sap, we will be able to get more of those in an increased amount over the day, which is awesome, instead of just one time, which is going to be awesome. Now for early game growth materials, such as like, you know, the hero metals, the little orange ones, maybe some of the golden ones here, all of those materials will now be adjusted, making it a little bit easier to upgrade your characters. So if you do have any character upgrading, I might want to wait till April 8th. By all this stuff is probably getting like done at that point. If you're trying to do newer characters, is what I'm saying. That's mainly because the materials for them are going to be lowered. It's going to be easier to get them. So that would be probably the best time to go ahead and get characters. Alongside, of course, enhancement stones and refined stones will now be rewarded inside of dungeons and boss challenge content, making it so now we're able to at least get higher quantities of both of them instead of having to pretty much farm all night, which is going to be awesome. Gold Dungeon, the number of keys required instead of 10 is reduced to 5, now allowing you to go ahead and do Gold Dungeon and actually get it prepared and have a better use of it. This is going to be great for anyone, because the issue with Gold Dungeon was we were making more off the mini bosses rather than actually doing the dungeon before. So now that they have actually lowered the 5 costs for the mini bosses, or at least for the Gold Dungeon itself, this makes Gold Dungeon a lot better, and meaning we could possibly go ahead and use that instead of fighting mini bosses 24/7. We can just go ahead and do the quick Gold Dungeon and be perfectly fine with it. Now, uncommon fragments apparently are a huge issue. This is like things that you do need for weapons and such here. Usually we can get the common ones pretty easily. Uncommon ones are a huge problem. Well, good to know that in World Level 4, the drop rate for uncommon fragments for elite monsters is now 100% drops. So they're no longer percentage based, they're now 100%ed. So now you're able to obviously get those all the time, meaning you can stack up on these, help out a lot of your weapons, help out a lot of your characters, which is going to be great for building characters as well. The only thing that's still going to stay at a low drop rate is going to be the premium fragments, which honestly I don't have a problem with, seeing that we're getting the uncommon fragments pretty easily, just getting them as a 100% drop. Getting those premium fragments will be a lot easier. So always cool. But they're also going to be introducing a feature that higher tier fragments can be dismantled into lower tiers, which are allowing you to, of course, supplement some of the fragments that you do need for things that you need. So that's always great to actually hear, because I do have a lot of premium frags that honestly I would wish that I can dismantle. So this is an awesome thing that you're able to do. Then they're going to be increasing the availability for early game growth materials, such as enhancement stones, refinement stones, and fragments, making this a very good thing to also have to prepare for the future, which is also cool. Now, there's nothing I really got to go for that here. There will be a mission getting added as well that will give you SR Guild Thunder, nothing too crazy. But the thing I was interested in was the key usability. So they're going to be expanding on cube keys to really improve the game itself here. They're going to be introducing a new exchange item called the small cube key bundle, which now you can change your cube keys into cube key charges. So just in case you want to go ahead and store your keys, let's say you can't play that day or something, you can store the keys once per day and be able to, of course, just like, you know, use them at a different day and play at your own pace, which is always great. Then, of course, we have cube keys that can be exchanged with star fragments instead of being only 5, meaning I think it's like 120 cube keys. You can exchange that 5 times or something like that. You're now able to exchange 10 of those out a week, which is insanely worth it. That absolutely makes pretty much just the weekly thing even more so worth it, I guess you can tell me, because I won't lie, getting all those keys and immediately having it ready like that is insanely nice. So that's always a good thing. They're going to be increasing rewards on cube key giveaways events on April 1st, which is kind of interesting because it's already April 3rd. So they're saying the 1st, which is kind of interesting. But apparently there's going to be more various events that will be like that. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to get more cube keys out of that, which is also a cool thing. We got, of course, some improvements on the game that's finally getting done, such as like joining parties. We have previews for equipment stats coming. We're going to have better gathering features as well as related systems and fixing crashing and freezing problems. Now, if this is all true, you guys, this is absolutely going to be awesome. It's going to freaking make the game a lot better and a lot consumable. And with the addition of the SSR free character, obviously, you know, you're going to have a great time with going ahead and doing things as well. So I am interested to see how they're going to play this by ear, and hopefully it turns out well for them. But you guys let me know what you think down below. Are you excited? Are you not excited? I just really want to see if this is going to be successful, and I'm really excited. So peace out, you guys.